Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the Universe Show, and today in this video we're going to be comparing the brand new LEGO Ideas Winnie the Pooh set to the original project that was submitted. So if you're going to enjoy the video, then I would always appreciate a like and subscription as well. But with that being said, let's begin. So the brand new Ideas Winnie the Pooh set was actually officially revealed yesterday by LEGO. I have to say, as a whole, the set looks really good. I did make a separate video discussing all my thoughts and everything on the set, and I would definitely recommend you checking that video out and watching that first if you haven't already, and then come back to watching this one because a lot of the references and things that I say in this video will be linked to that one. But with that being said, let's dive right into it. Now, this set has been said by quite a lot of people that it is the best LEGO idea set that has ever been made, and I totally agree with that. I think that this is a really excellent set. I just think that the design of it and everything and the minifigures are just absolutely amazing, and I'm really happy with how everything has turned out, unlike Sesame Street. But one thing that is really funny about this set is that this set goes against what LEGO usually do with every other LEGO idea. So let's take Sesame Street, for example. The original submission was amazing. It was a £300 set, which is pretty expensive, but the building looked absolutely amazing, and LEGO decided to make it into an actual set, and they ended up scaling the whole thing down to cost £120, which isn't a bad price, and it definitely makes sense to do since a 300 price mark is quite expensive. But the problem was a lot of the detailing on the final set that LEGO made just wasn't there. That was on the original idea submission, and also the Hooper store was half incomplete, which just didn't really make sense, and the set as a whole could have been much better. It did have a lot of potential. However, LEGO just didn't do a very good job with it, in my opinion. The only thing that was good about that set was the minifigures. However, with Winnie the Pooh, LEGO, instead of scaling the set down from the original submission, they've actually scaled it up, because the original submission, I believe, had around 600 pieces, I want to say, and this one's got about 1,000. So it's got nearly double the amount of pieces as the original one, which is great. And LEGO have really done a great job with the new Winnie the Pooh set and everything, and I feel as though this video definitely does deserve to be made, because since LEGO have scaled it up, and this is kind of like the first time they've ever done that, I think it definitely makes sense to compare both of these sets. So here are both of the sets side by side, LEGO's new version on the right and the original submission on the left. Now, the first thing that I do want to take a look at with both of these are the minifigures, and then we'll get into looking at the actual tree itself. Okay, so here we have an image of both of the figures side by side. And one thing that I really like about LEGO's final Winnie the Pooh set is that they actually included all the figures that were in the original set. They didn't skip any out or anything like that. They did the exact same ones that were in the original, which I really appreciate. You've got Eeyore, the rabbit, Tigger, Piglet, and Winnie the Pooh. And I know a few people did complain that Christopher Robin isn't in the set, which I do totally understand. However, that's not really a big deal, because you can quite easily make your own custom Christopher Robin minifigure. However, if they didn't include Tigger, for example, you couldn't really make a custom Tigger. But I think that all the figures in this set are great, and I'm really happy with how they've all turned out and everything, especially with the new exclusive molded pieces for each of them. And obviously the ones in the new idea set are much better than the original one. I think that the original submission looked okay, considering that at the time you weren't allowed to introduce new molded pieces and everything. But I feel as though the Tigger does not look very good in the original one, mainly because it is brick built, and I'm really happy that LEGO did introduce the Tigger minifigure. I think that just looks absolutely fantastic, in my opinion, instead of having him brick built. As for Eeyore, again, I think it's the same thing. The original one was brick built, which actually looked pretty good. I don't think that it looked bad, but the new LEGO Ideas version definitely looks much nicer, mainly because it has all the right shaping and everything and all the details, because it is a new exclusive molded piece of the set. However, I do wish that the Winnie the Pooh figure did have the mid legs, but I am happy that Piglet, instead of giving him the normal legs, they gave Piglet the short legs. I think that looks much nicer. Now, let's compare the interior, because the interior is very, very different. from both of these, which is quite shocking in my opinion. Obviously, the new one I think looks much nicer because it's just packed with a bunch of Easter eggs from Winnie the Pooh, which is very nostalgic for a lot of people who used to watch Winnie the Pooh when they were younger, and it will bring back a lot of memories, and I think that's one really nice thing about the set. However, one thing that's really different is the way it all opens and everything. So on the original one, you had to take the roof off, and I don't think that you could move the walls, so they were just fixed in position. However, with the new one, it has been split in half, so you can actually separate both of the sides out, which I really like, which allows for more space and playability as well. You can quite easily get in all the spaces and all that. And they both clip together, which I think is really nice as well. I really like the way that all goes together. But also the detailing on the new one is just much, much nicer as well. You've got all the vibrant colours used as well. And I think that one thing that isn't too great with the original submission is that they go for a bit more of a darker colour scheme. And I feel as though Lego, by changing the colour to make them brighter, I feel as though that looks much nicer. And it definitely stands out more in my opinion, and it doesn't look as depressing as the original one. But the detailing in the interior is just great. There are a bunch of things. You get Winnie the Pooh's chair as well, which is really nice, and you get the bed, and you also get the mirror as well, which is inside, which I really like, on the door. And I just think that as a whole, the interior just looks really, really nice, and I think that this is probably one of the best parts about this Winnie the Pooh set. And I just think that as a whole, the detailing is definitely there as well. I think that the reason why this set has done so well and looks so good is mainly because Lego didn't change it up too much from the original design, because they tend to do that quite a lot, which is really annoying. They'll get a set, for example, Sesame Street, they scaled that down and it ended up being really bad. But this one is really good, mainly because Lego didn't scale it down or anything. They did it pretty similar, added a few extra details. And I'm just going to show you a few more details compared to the original. So here we have the Mr. Sanders sign. And this is what the original one looked like. I think that they both look fine. I'm not really too bothered about that. But now I'm just going to show you a few extra pictures of the original one, what that looked like from different angles. And I also really like that they've got the beehives as well on the new one. I did think that they might take that out, and instead they actually included that with bees as well. So I'm really happy about that. And I just think that all the details and everything are great. As for which one is better, I'm definitely going to say the new one. I think that the new one is just so much nicer than the original. And even though like they're pretty similar, there are a few similarities, but there are quite a few differences as well. Obviously, you got the characters, even the sign, they changed that and made it look a bit nicer than the original one. And I think that one thing that just makes this look nicer is that it's a bit more vibrant in the color scheme and everything. Like the original one has dark green and dark brown, and I totally get why the original submission had that, but I feel as though the new one that Lego have made with the more vibrant colors and everything definitely stand out more. And with the original one, I feel as though it just looks a bit dark and depressing, which is not at all what Winnie the Pooh is supposed to be. It's a kid's show. It's meant to be vibrant and fun, and there are a lot of colors and everything in it as well. And I think that the new one definitely does a really nice depiction of that, and it does represent the Winnie the Pooh theme really nicely. And I hope from now Lego do continue to do what they've done with the Winnie the Pooh set, with all the other idea sets that they do make. But with that being said, everyone, this is the end of the video. If you did enjoy it, then I would always appreciate a like and subscription as well. And also let me know in the comment section down below what you think of the new Winnie the Pooh set. Do you like it? Do you not? And which one do you actually think is better, the new one or the original idea submission? I'll talk to you guys soon. So peace out, see you later, and bye bye.